What's up?
Oh, I'm just compiling all the top sports scores, news, and odds so I can make the very best bets.
Me too. BetOnline.ag.
Join today and receive your 50% welcome bonus at betonline.ag.
All right, this is another CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Quaglia, sitting here with Marvin Zahn, with Mike Molyneux. Julian Edelman. We're not going to get controversial here, but we're going to talk a little Julian Edelman and PEDs just because it's a discussion that we've had on the side. I think this comes up because we're in the middle of baseball season too. So Julian Edelman last season suspended the first 4 games for PEDs. So that's kind of the question that we're going to roll with here. Why does Julian Edelman not catch any flack about his PED suspension? Because, I mean, we have a guy in Boston right now, Stephen Wright, who you go on Twitter, people are hammering Stephen Wright, the Red Sox knuckleballer, for taking PEDs. Why do you need PEDs to throw a knuckleball? I don't know, but he took them. So why does Julian Edelman not get any flack at all? Because realistically, it's not at all. You heard a couple murmurs, but that's it. He doesn't get any flack for his PED suspension. So, Marvel, kick it off with you. Why is that?
Not only does he not get slack when he returns, he returns as a hero. It's like our savior has come back. Julian Edelman, he gets praised for coming back as if the NFL did him wrong or something like that. But it's not just Julian Edelman. Rob Ninkovich, Sean Merriman, Ray Lewis, all of these football players who get caught with PED use, it doesn't really get talked about much. It gets swept under the rug because with the NFL is such a brutal sport that people, I feel like the fan base and media show a little more sympathy. Like, man, they just need something to help them recover, or just because it's the recovery stage, how brutal it is. When it comes to baseball, I think we should start looking at them and thinking maybe they're a little too harsh with their punishment. And it's a little bit too much. There's no asterisks for Julian Edelman's Super Bowl MVP, but there's going to be asterisks on all these baseball records that Barry Bonds broke and everything and that much and such. So we're seeing now that, all of these young players are not using PEDs and they're breaking home run records. So the discussion with baseball needs to start happening is how much did these PEDs or steroids really advance them? And should we be punishing them whole seasons, bringing them to 60 minutes and having interviews and such when it comes to these situations?
All right, Mike, before we jump over to you, guys, the Red Sox have a little World Series rematch this weekend against the Los Angeles Dodgers, the losers of last year's World Series. Common willing to place a wager, don't know where to start. There's only one place to get in on all of this action. Grab the odds and allow the experts at betonline.ag to do the heavy lifting for you. Sports, live betting, virtual casino, you name it. BetOnline.ag is CLNS Media's preferred sportsbook online. If you're feeling lucky and would like to support our podcast/video, go to clnsmedia.com/PatsRT and use promo code CLNS50 for that 50% sign-up bonus. That is CLNS50. BetOnline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. Go online or use your mobile phone today to sign up at betonline.ag and try in-game live betting, where you can participate with all of the action with every single play. Use the promo code CLNS50 for a 50% sign-up bonus. BetOnline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. All right, Mike, why does he not get any flack at all?
There's a couple different reasons. First of all, he's not – Julian Edelman doesn't cause trouble, whether that's with being in trouble for PEDs or any of the other off-field stuff that a lot of other NFL athletes deal with and go through. Julian Edelman pretty much walks a fine line, has a clean slate other than this PED thing. He does no wrong to our knowledge in his personal life. He's
should he get more flack though?
I mean, if you look at PEDs, he cheated. He cheated. Whether it's a mistake or whatnot, it's going to go down in a bigger scheme of things as he cheated. So if you want to look at Julian Edelman, and give him flack about it, I'm not going to really harp on anybody who looks at me and says, well, Julian Edelman took PEDs and he's a cheater. You know what I'm going to say? Yes, he did. And he served a suspension and he came back. And, to our knowledge, he hasn't done anything else to really put himself and his career in jeopardy. Also, playing for the New England Patriots, they're held on such a high standard that, nobody talks about. I mean, Brady was dealing with a whole bunch of other stuff with Deflategate and whatnot, but nobody's really talking about his suspension anymore. I mean, it'll probably come up when his career's over, but no one's talking about Brady's suspension anymore. And just like we're talking about now with this conversation, Edelman's suspension doesn't get talked about because the Patriots, for some reason, seem like they're walking on water and they're held to such a high standard that, because they win so much, it just trumps everything else. I think that's what it boils down to. Julian Edelman's a part of an organization that is so successful that you want to waste, does ESPN and, these other media networks, do they want to waste their time talking about Julian Edelman suspension for PEDs, or you want to talk about the Patriots dynasty and them winning the most recent Super Bowl and, excuse me, the records that Tom Brady breaks? Much bigger conversations to have than a 4-game suspension that happened to Julian Edelman for PEDs. I think that's why he kind of skates away and it doesn't get talked about much.
Yeah, see, look, I don't think it's really a fan base thing, because even if we're secluded here and we hear from mostly Patriots fans about this, I don't think it's necessarily just a fan base thing. I think it's an NFL thing. I kind of think that fans would like it if these guys were juicing up a little bit, because we're maniacs. Football fans like to see these hits. They like to see these strong guys playing football. They just love it. So I think that's a part of it. And I mean, overall, it's just the NFL fan base just doesn't care about it, right? Like we've seen a bunch of different guys get caught with this. Like you brought up Ninkovich. Nobody really cared about Ninkovich. And they all have the same excuse, by the way. Oh, I didn't know it was in that. Yeah, I'm sure you didn't know. I'm sure you didn't get this checked out by the team doctor, the team whatever, this medication. Positive about that, buddy. Yeah, just like actually Rob Manfred says the balls aren't juicing. They don't know anything about it, but that's baseball.
Full of crap. They full of crap.
Oh yeah, they own Rawlings. Are you kidding me?
They're full of crap.
Well, okay, whatever. But even America's sweetheart, Peyton Manning, that guy had PEDs delivered to his damn door, and he was like, "It's my wife's," and everybody was like, "Oh, well, okay, all right, well, no problem." And I think it all, like Julian Edelman, so coming back from an ACL, Peyton Manning specifically with that major neck injury, I think a lot of it has to do with the injuries that these guys are suffering. And even relating it back to baseball, Stephen Wright, I think these steroids are being taken to make the healing process faster, make the healing process better. Whatever, you miss a couple games. I'm sure Edelman knew the consequences of it, right? He knew if he got caught, this was the consequences. Whatever, you miss 4 games, he's going to come back stronger and healthier because he did this. And I think in the end, a long-term plan, it's better for his career to do that. So just to reiterate, NFL fan base does not give a damn about this. They don't care about it at all. And even so, like you saw the murmurs online, like immediately after it happened, like, oh, classic cheating Patriots, but then it disappeared because people were like, oh yeah, it's steroids in football, whatever. You know how many people in that sport take steroids?
Oh yeah, every day, right now, as we speak. Shooting.
Yeah, they have to do it. They have to catch people every once in a while, especially like the big names, to be like, see, no steroids. We don't tolerate that. It's like the WWE. You're telling me those maniacs aren't taking steroids?
Oh, they on something.
But I think now they would probably start testing, but before they're on that other stuff.
Oh, I remember they weren't testing anything.
I remember Jeff Hardy got suspended like mid-2000s WWE. He got suspended for steroids. Everybody was like, what? What about Batista? This guy, there's no way that guy's not on steroids. Are you kidding me? All right. But yeah, in the end, people just don't care about it. Should they care about it though? I have a tough time getting mad over it.
But if you want to put your time and energy into it,
yeah,
sure.
Exactly. But if you're mad at baseball players, steroids makes baseball more fun. If you're mad at baseball players, shouldn't you be mad at football players too?
Then NFL needs to change their rules and not make it 4 games, make it 10 games.
Yeah, it would have to be. It would have to be like a real hard-hitting suspension.
Why would we care if the NFL doesn't care? It's pretty much
NFL doesn't care about a lot, obviously. But
yeah, well, they should move that over to marijuana and stop caring about that.
Yeah,
very true.
All right, guys, this was another CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. Nick Qualia, Marvizan, Mike Molyneux. We will be back next week, like usual, with brand new topics, with brand new points. If you guys ever have any suggestions too, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Little doohickeys definitely popped up at some point. Mike's and Marv might not be correct, but you can try it out. Nick Qualia, Marvizan, Mike Molyneux, guys. Again, we'll be back next week. Thanks for watching.